Today we're going to be disassembling the Taurus PT738. Most people call it the Taurus TCP380. It's the 380 caliber ACP, and this one's in kind of a pink-purple color. And basically we're just going to go through and show you the breakdown of this gun so that you can do it a little bit easier. Most people have quite a bit of problems with this. I still have a little bit of problem with it as well, but it's not too bad of a breakdown once you get the hang of it. So we'll get right into it. First thing you want to do before disassembling any firearm is to make sure it's unloaded. We'll do so by pressing the magazine eject, and we're going to eject that out. We're going to make sure that the chamber is empty. Once you have the slide back in the rearward position, we've locked it with the slide lock. I'm going to take a towel and I'm going to cover up the slide down by the takedown pin. One thing with this gun is you have to actually use a screwdriver or some sort of prying tool to pry open the takedown lever. It won't come out just with your fingers, and if you're not careful you end up with a slide that gets some marred finish on it. The previous owner of this did not cover up the slide when taking it out, so we ended up with a marred finish here. And I'm going to take a screwdriver and I'm going to go right up underneath that takedown lever. And it takes a little bit of prying until you finally hear it pop loose. It's actually free from the, there's another little spring that's holding it in place. So once you get that pop loose, you can actually just grab a hold of it with your fingers and pull it out of the frame. Once you do that, we can release the slide release. Release the slide, go forward with it, and just keep pulling that slide off the front of the frame. Once you release that, you can pull the guide rod and spring assembly as well as the barrel out of the slide. To reassemble, it's basically the same steps. We're just going to reverse them here. We're going to put the barrel back in place. We're going to take the guide rod and spring assembly, put that back in the slide, and we're going to go ahead and put that back on the frame. Now, the thing you have to watch out for, make sure when you put the slide back on the top of the frame that that barrel is free floating and can move back and forth. Basically make sure we have an ejection port here instead of the barrel going with it. There have been a few times when I put this back on that the barrel actually goes back with the slide, kind of like that. If the barrel goes with the slide, take it all back apart again and put it on. If it's not free floating, we won't be able to put that takedown lever back into the frame of the gun. Alright, once we do that, we're going to go ahead and hold the slide open with the slide catch. Move the barrel back and forth, and it'll actually be moving inside of the takedown lever hole. You're going to want to line it up to where you can actually see that it's a full hole to put that takedown lever back in. We're going to take our takedown lever, and there's this little wire pin that was that first initial pop. We actually need to push that down with the takedown lever, and this is the part that gets a little tricky. Once you get that started, then you can just push that takedown pin back into the frame of the gun, and you can cycle the gun and make sure everything is working correctly. Everything is working, and that is the Taurus TCP380 breakdown.